Hello, welcome to how you can use real-life height data and use it in Battlefield 2 to get really extremely way too accurate height data if you got the right dataset. Let's start with the basics. Like, a common pitfall is using 8-bit. Like most things, most media has 8-bit channels. That means that you only have 255 shades of a color. But in 16-bit you have up to 65,535 shades of a color. The problem we're facing is that if you're painted by hand in, for example, GIMP or something, painting a height map, you will most probably use 8-bit. I mean, there are 2 seconds. There are, of course, computer screens with 10-bit color, so that helps. Right now I use a color depth of 10. For anyone wondering who has a 10-bit monitor, you should change it in the graphic settings. You can do it also in NVIDIA. That means that I have, oh gosh, what do I have? 1000 something, 1023 or something. So I got, for each of those steps I can see additionally 4. It's 4 times as much detail, while 16-bit has staggering 256 times the detail of an 8-bit. Why do I say that? Well, if you look at height data on in Battlefield 2 maps, you will see that the PrimaryHeightmap uses a bit resolution of 16. That means it can store and use a grayscale map with 65,535 steps of elevation, while an 8-bit, which for example secondary maps use, they can only use 255 steps. So we have a problem here with us not having the gear, nor frankly the eye vision to see 16 bits of color. I think here 8-bit of color, they can reproduce like 16 point something million, 16.384 for 1,000 colors. What's funny is you've probably seen that, this is a side note by the way, but you've seen that strange number. If we do like this is for some reason, and remove that one and put a point here, 163.84. that's the default height of a Battlefield map when you open it up. But that's really beside the point. It's funny. which was partly why I was really confused sometime with how to set the height. But in the battlefield, it's actually one here is actually 1 meter. I was really confused because I wondered why the fuck it would start with this strange number and not just straight 100. I do not know, and yeah, that's a complete digression, and now it's over. Let's see how we can find 16-bit. I will, since we cannot, yeah, here's a problem. We can-ish use 10-bit to create a map, but the simplest thing is to find, or the simplest and, in my eyes, absolutely coolest thing you can do is find a real-life map from data and use that one. And the real-life data hopefully has 250, sorry, 16-bit grayscale. In my situation, I am really lucky. I use something called heightdata.no, which is the Norwegian government's a project by Kartverket, which means map. Yeah, what does it mean? Kartverk. It's map makers of the official Norwegian government, and they have an absolutely excellent dataset, which I will show how I'm gonna use. For you guys, it really depends on where you are. I just found this in a quick Google search, but I haven't done any research of it other than this quick Google research or Google search, and I found this, and I can see for USA at least they got a 1 meter, which is really detailed, which is the same as here, which means that 1 pixel is 1 meter in real life. So at least for most parts here, I'm not sure if it's red that's mapped out or if it's green that's mapped out. You can get really detailed. But as I said, I have not used this site. I will probably not use this site anywhere. You have to do your own research for areas of your interest. As a Norwegian, I'm most interested in making maps from Norway. So you can try to test this site. You can see here you got a lot of information. Most of the known world has 30 and 90 meter coverage, which means that a pixel is 30 meters, which is frankly, in my opinion, too inaccurate. But you will get some yeah, you can scale it down and draw extra stuff in, I guess. As I said, what I will use is heightdata.no, and more accurately, I will use this part here, where I come from. I grew up here in this little village on this farm. Here you can have some cool effects, like right now we have topographical gray tone, but we could set it to, I think, yeah, let's just do it like the way I know it is. It's made of LiDAR, so instead of radio waves, they shoot down light waves, and here is it's a this is a relief, so you will it's really visually a visualization method, just so you can more easily see like heights and stuff, and this will absolutely not work in Battlefield as it is, because with this information, like the darkest stuff will be the lowest and the whitest stuff will be the highest, and yeah, it will not work. But Kartverket is really kind, and they allow the user to export an area, and so this is, at least for people who are interested in using Norwegian things, Norwegian places. I know for a fact that Forgotten Hope 2 is creating Norway and having that campaign. And Project Reality already has at least Dovre and Vadsø. I'm not sure. I've played on Vadsø, and I know that that's really accurate. I'm not sure if the guy who created Vadsø used real life map data that he downloaded. If he did, he most probably downloaded it from heightdata.no. Enough talk. Export, as I said, from the menu, local export. I will use a rectangle, and then I will draw something quite big. And that's really it. If I would download it, I would just make export ready, imprint my, oh, that's way too much. Let's do that again. I'm sorry, you just have to bear with me. I'm not in the mood to edit videos anymore. I've edited enough for those perhaps single guy who saw my Forgotten Hope 2 videos back in the day. So you just have to bear with me. It's gonna be some errors and stuff. Not project, but Nasjonal høydemodell is the correct one. So now we will get only this area. We go to advanced, clip til bestillingspolygon, which means cut to order polygon, which I assume is this one. I always click yes to that, and it returns like this, so it should. And then make ready export. You type in your email, and if you want a description of it, but that's not really necessary. The only thing I won't get is the depth, because it's safety for Norwegian sovereignty. You don't want any neighbors to dive with a submarine in Norwegian fjords, which there are many substantial evidence for. That has been done before in the 70s during the Cold War, and probably still is done. So they don't give out depth data. What I do is just you get like these small numbers are like meters. So I make the height data myself, and I will show you how you raise the height data, because right now we will get. Actually, I can show you. Let's say I've exported, because it takes 30 minutes before you get the order. So we got, no, this is the map I will use. It's a blank 124 times 2, which means a 2048 map with a low res detail of 512. yeah, I will show you what I get. Heightdata, and this is how I get it from heightdata.no. It's DTM, which means it's not DOM. I think it's detailed terrain map, and DOM is detailed object map, and then you get all the buildings. So in this case, I will get the height of the buildings as well, which is bad because I don't want buildings. I will put them down later. I think that was done. And you know you have you like to mod Battlefield 2 when you have actually paid for WinRAR because you're too tired of exiting in the trial mode all the time. That's probably the best $30 I've ever spent, but that's just me. So here's the data, and it is in TIFF. It's in GeoTIFF. And how the hell do we open it? Well, we can open it with GIMP. Let's see how that looks like. It's probably gonna die because it's 900 megabytes of information. Oh, yep. Now it's open. You see, it's really bad. This is terrible map right now. You see, it's 32-bit grayscale, and that's insane. But you also see that the sea, or the fjords, are completely dark, and all the land almost are completely white. So it's trash. It's completely useless. So what we need to do is use QGIS. That's the resistance, or what you want to call it. This will change the way you can recreate real-life maps in Battlefield 2. It's an absolutely incredible program. It's for mappers and people who are crazy. I must say, I got the ID was from a friend, original ID. So I got a map from him. He had created it, done, and finished it and gave it to me. And he had got the data from here, put it in QGIS to my specification. I got it back. I was really happy, but unfortunately at that time, that was before I had a computer degree, and before I understood the difference between 8-bit and 16-bit, and I told him to just convert it to 8-bit, and that's really bad, as you understand from here, because I lost 65,535 potentially theoretical steps and went down to 255 steps, somewhere around there. Yeah, I'm not sure if I will show you that yet. Let's say, this is no disrespect to TS4 ever. His map guide is the best thing that I've ever seen, or at least I'm walking through it right now because I'm back in the saddle and trying to create some maps again. And whatever he says about how to map, he's a much better mapper than me. He's a much better modder than me. But he has a couple of things which it could have been more optimized. So for instance, he gets the map and he heightens the contrast somewhere. Yeah, he heightens the contrast, and that's the point, because the map, most certainly, he was 16-bit, and when you have 65,000 steps, then a map is most certainly just going to use a little bit of that. Like for a Russian steppe, let's say it's like 20 meters above sea, and like the smallest is like 12 meters above the under the sea. And as long as he has not stretched the image, it's gonna use a really small part of the whole scale, which makes the entire map just a big gray blob, which is not optimal. He did kind of save it by increasing the contrast. The only problem is by increasing the contrast, you lose the, what shall I say, the control over actual height, and you get kind of proportions, but you lose like a lot of accuracy. And the second thing is that he later on pulls the 16-bit into the 8-bit hemimap of the map, and then which makes him lose, theoretically, he loses 256 times detail, and by forcing it to go back to 8-bit, which he then inside Photoshop turns into 16-bit again, and has to put on Gaussian blur to blur and make it smoother. And yeah, that's a mistake. Other than that, it's the best guide is much better at describing things. I'm just talking right now, and it's terrible. I can hear it. But let's try to create as the most realistic and detailed map as Battlefield 2, a game from 2005, can do. And we do that with, damn it, accurate height data from a source. In my source is heightdata.no, where I get a 32 float, which is even more detail than the 16-bit. It's I think LiDAR is accurate down to 10 centimeters. It's 10 centimeters inaccurate, and each pixel in the map we get is 1 meter. So it really fits. It's just what I want in a Battlefield 2 map to be. So let's finally use QGIS. As I said, it's made by mappers and people who are interested in that kind of stuff. My buddy who created the first heightmap for me, because I knew was good in mapping, because he walks around with a GPS and he maps out areas of the Norwegian forest with what kind of trees are in that area and stuff. It's like biological diversity and stuff like that of plants and maybe even animals, I'm not sure. So we have an untitled project. I made myself a remembrance list. Unfortunately, it doesn't say how I open it, but that's really simple. So you have now downloaded QGIS, you have downloaded the height data, you need to get the height data in here. So I think it's layer, add layer, yeah, add layer, and then it's add raster layer. We will get to here, and it asks us to find the correct ones, and it's inside here, down here on the files, and then we pick out all the TIFFs. What happens now when we open it is that it will create this huge slab, and it's made out of 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures or files. And if we deselect, you can see it disappears. So let's see. The next thing we will now do is to merge it. We will, because now they are separate, and that's not good. We want them to in one continuous image, and also, as you can see on this one, you can see it's considerably more brighter than the others, because its max height is 201 point many decimals meters tall, while the others are closer to 240. So they are in sync more or less, and this is out of sync because it shows the tallest point and the lowest points. Still, all the images are like, the tallest point is white. So that since the tallest point is only 201 meters, the average scale is brighter. But don't worry, this will be fixed once we merge it. So how do we merge? Raster, misc, merge. We find the toolbox, raster, misc, merge. Then output. Yeah, we can actually, let's try that. Let's change let's convert it to the correct, which is uint already. And then we must select all these 4. We have now selected them. Click OK. We have selected all of them to be converted to 16-bit, and we have told them to merge. So when we run it now, we will now get one merged image instead of, that was stupid, instead of this. You can see that it's, you no longer see the seams because of the relative use of black to white. So that's great. Let's turn those things off. Let's think of the next step. Well, the next step is like, I think this is like, I'm not sure. That's a lot of kilometers. Is it? Yeah, basically it's too big. Let's clip it. So how do we clip it or crop it? I did not write it down, but I think it's misc No, it's extraction and clip by extent. Let's keep this selected. Extraction, clip raster by extent. Wait, before we do that, you can now see that the tallest, the deepest is 0 and the tallest is 243. Let's go into options because that's just an estimate. I do this because I'm really paranoid. I don't think you have to do this, but I wanted to calculate it and be done with it. So it's now calculated. Let's see, let's do did not like that it did not, that it got really what should I say, accurate on the top, and I know for a fact that it's not 245, it's 244.6 or something. So raster analysis, it's not here. Let's go raster information. Let's search what it is. Let's do stats. Here we can see, yeah, that's way too good. You know what? I will not remove this, or I removed that one, but I will not, like, as I said, I will not edit it out, so here you can see again. Maybe I will edit it out, I will see. I don't even know if I have any editing software anymore. Let's do it again. Let's merge it properly. But let's stay at float 32. I have a feeling that we fucked something up when we decided to both merge and convert. Great. Yeah, now it's much better. Let's take a look. Symbology, min max, and then instead of just estimating, we tell the program to, hey, look at each individual. Oh, I was wrong. Why was I wrong? Where does it put? Oh yeah, it's actually one. Now I'm interested. Where is that one? Oh, there's some really tall mountains there. I thought this mountain is 244. Then it was perhaps correct all the time. Yeah. So you live and learn. Yeah. Now we can continue to go to raster, miscellaneous, no, extraction, clip raster by extent. We select the merged layer. We tell it here. Now we can select how much we will cut. Yes. Yeah, okay. You have to do it with this down arrow. Draw on map canvas. So this is the third time I do this. So I am not an expert on this software whatsoever. I think I've already done it. I've cheated and already done it. I'm just showing you as a demonstration how you can do it. So you must take, I know for a fact that inside here I will have both the playable and secondary area. So I do like this. Now it has told what extent. the coordinates of each corner. I think it's good. Let's see. Yeah, sure. Let's just run it and see what happens. So it's kind of like the blind leading the blind. And if we turn it off, yeah, off. Here is the clipped version. Here it's the biggest. Here is white. And as you can see, it starts at minus 0.29 meters. This means that the LiDAR, which is my... Okay, it's a theory. I know for a fact that every minus is around the fjord. So it's either that LiDAR is looking, and where there is ground, like on beaches and stuff, it penetrates the water and gets a return signal, or it's maybe it was low water when they did this, so it was 30 centimeters under the mean, which makes you think when what is zero, what is meters above sea, like when in what cycle of the moon is the 0 meters. It's like, is it when it's a lot of water, when the moon is... Yeah, I'm not good. Flo og fjære is in Norwegian. I'm not sure what it is in English, like flood and yeah, whatever. The point is that we have got a lot of information with how the stuff under the water looks like, and we want to keep it that way. And do you remember how it was gray when TS Forever extracted it? It will be exactly the same if I extract it like it is now. We have to take this little piece of information and stretch it out until for the whole, to use the whole range of the 16-bit. So the tallest point, even though the tallest point will be like 244 meters. Actually, in my case, I have in the real map, I won't have that tall. It's clipped there or something. So in my case, it's 238 meters. So the top is 238 meters and the bottom is 16 meters, 5119 something. And here is the real 0. But since we stretch it, we're gonna end up in QGIS with it saying like, yeah, here's 0 meters. And here is 65,535 meters. But we've just stretched it, so it uses the whole scale instead of the actual like 0 to 38, which is a really small, relatively a small piece of the information. Yeah. I hope you follow and understand. I'm not sure how long we're going to, how long this will be. How can I see this? 40 minutes already. God damn it. Okay. So we have this image. It's and we need water, we need depth. Let's just do a really quick. I don't like to have that. It will not be shown. Anyway, so we clip it like this instead. We run it, close. Now it's gone. Now you see the top. This is more in line with what I use right now. So symbology, let's actual apply. As I said, we got information which is under the sea. We don't want to lose it because it will help us build a more accurate map on where it is easy for a guy to swim up and go and get on dry land. So here is step 1. Let's see. Oh, it didn't use. Here is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. No, I like to do it like this. Let's tabulate it. All right. My autism is satiated. So here are some symbology, accuracy. Yeah, we've done that by right-clicking and finding the actual height. Analyzing it. Raster information, we've used that once. We can do it again. Clipped extent. Let's remove that one. And let's call it something clipped actual, just so we don't do that again. Clipped actual, advanced parameters, stats. Let's run a stat. Here we can see the tallest point is 238 meters, 0.48104, and the minimum is 0.037915 underwater. Yeah. Now we will add depth because if I extract it now, not only will I only get this small window, which makes everything gray. I did the exact same mistake. Like I tried to open it and I didn't understand because everything was gray. Right now it's not gray here because it's using relative height and relative depth. So it understands, the program understands. You can do the same in GIMP, I think. Or at least I think you can do it in Photoshop, that you can, it stays the same, but you can turn on so it will look like this. So this is just a program. If I download it and open it in GIMP, everything will be gray. So we have to include the sea. We need some depth because if we extract it, it will be gray and the sea will be 0, and then immediately start its elevation. There won't be any sea. It will perhaps make more sense later. So what we do is we artificially create some sea, and we have a really nifty tool here, which is a raster calculation. Here we can use clipped actual, which is the one we will be manipulating, and I have created a and what shall I say, algorithm. It's just, yeah, it's calculation on how to change it. I will read the text. Yeah, 0 C. That's the black. Negative values on the map are actually good because that means it's below water shaping beaches, etc. That's perfect. We want to keep it. As I said, we want to keep everything that's under 0 meters. And here is the calculation, and that is start. In our case, it's clipped actual. So we rename start to clip actual. And what happens here in this calculation is that it takes clipped actual and compares it to 0. And this is in reality a Boolean. So if it's not 0, it's a 0. Oh my god, that's insane. If it's not 0, it's a 0. And 0 times something, like our depth, how deep we want it to be, that's still going to end up 0. And if it's actually 0, this whole thing will be a 1, and 1 times 16.519 is 16.519. So I hope that makes it better. I really do. I absolutely really do. Let's calculate it, because I know that the secondary maps will be 8-bit. So I have a theory. It might be a stupid theory, but in my head, making like the smallest, like the depth, the deepest water, and the tallest mountain to be exactly 255 will make the what's it called? The seams of primary and secondary better, because it's 255 is the actual, like, I don't, the more I think about it, it really made sense like 4 days ago. Now as I've dabbled more with it, I don't think it's that incredibly important. I think you will get by quite fine by having some random number. But in my head, I am kind of paranoid about it, so I will make it to 255 meters. So it will be 255, that looks like 3 and 0, which in reality is like the water, the ground level bow, and here will be the water at 16. Yeah, I hope you get it, the idea now. English as a second language and poor explanation skills is really a killer combo, which makes this video horrible, I believe. So I will make my idea is to take 255 minus the exact. Where's the exact? Let's wait a bit with that one. Let's find the exact tallest thing, which is here. And you can see it's this number. 255 minus this number is 16.51895141602. That's the absolutely exact number of how much water depth it can be. So like it's incredibly accurate. Like I've seen it in map editor. You will see it soon, and it's amazing. It rounds it up, the editor. It rounds it up to this, and I get like 16 meters and 3 decimal points, and that's exact. So its accuracy is, it's actually mind-blowing. I couldn't believe my eyes when I entered that number, and it all made sense. And it looks, as a person who have like grown up here, it looks like it's like walking around on walking around there. So let's get back to calculate. Let's get back to implementing the water depth. So we got what exact water depth we need to hit 255. So we will go back to the calculator. We will implement, yeah, this is a simpler formula. This, which is clipped actual instead of start. So if any pixel represents a 0, this if sentence will be 1, and then it will be multiplied with the water depth, and then afterwards we plus the total height. So it's trust me, it makes sense, but I'm having trouble like describing it. 0 becomes 16.519. That's 0 after we've done this, and then we plus the rest of it. So now, wait a minute. Yeah, that's important. We have to minus it. Sorry. Yeah, now we get the depth. Now we get the true depth. So we get the depth of minus 6.51, and then we plus the other stuff back again. And this is expression is valid. Yeah, good. Let's say depth implemented. I wish I understood it better so I could properly describe it, what happens, but let's just see what happens. Yeah, now you can see it has changed. As you can see, when the really land that is close to the water, like 1 meter and stuff, it really begins to pop. You can see it really good. Now it pops really good because now it has more. This is an insane drawing now. We have now added some more information here, like the 16 meters. So that's point 1. Point 2, we need to reset the seabed. Just add the seabed and it ends up at 0. So I'm not sure. I haven't tested it, but I have a feeling that it will not understand minus. Or I'm I know that it won't accept minus because, yeah, trust me, bro. There's no way it will accept minus. And it's not how it, like you set the water level anyway. So everyone who has played with the map editor knows that it doesn't matter how tall or deep it is. If you set the water level somewhere, that will be the 0. So I don't believe that if I put this inside Battlefield, it will automatically know that to set the water level there and use that as 0. So depth implemented, let's use that one instead of this. And how deep is this? So now all numbers will go up with this. Let's just, because I am really paranoid, let's implement this. Yeah. And then calculate it. Expression is valid. Let's say depth implemented. Yeah. Let's call it. Let's call it depth. Depth zeroed. Wow. I promise you I don't have obviously I got no skills in English. Yeah, anyway. I'm tired. Now the depth is zeroed and you can see that it should, when we have, yeah, perfect. 0 and 255 clean, baby. So the darkest is 0 meters, the tallest is now 255 meters. So now we're reaching a point soon that we can use. So when we put it the sea level at 16.519 meters, if I take a helicopter and go here, it will show 238 meters. But we're still not done. We have added it. We're here now, but it will still come out gray. So now we really need to use the full 0 to 65,535 range to make use of the entire spectrum. So we will take this calculation, put it here, use depth zeroed, and use this calculation on it. So now we tell it to, okay, you got this, stretch it to 65,000 meters, and yeah, something else to ensure that it's still relative. Let's see. Stretched. Save. And let's run. Now it's stretched. Let's properties, symbology. Let's see exactly. Yep, 65,535. Now we need to convert it from float 32, which is completely insane overkill, and down to a 16-bit. We do that by go to raster, conversion, and translate. Raster, conversion, translate. We will use stretched as the input layer. We will the output data should be uint, which means unsigned integer, which is exactly what Battlefield 2 uses. And is this the save? No. Yeah, we just run it actually. Yep, we run it. Algorithm convert finished. Now it's converted to 16-bit. We can look at it here. Information. uint 16-bit unsigned integer. Great. Let's just once more, because I'm paranoid. Dyslexic. That was the word I said when I wrote everything wrong. I am not a dyslexic, and I may have Alzheimer's because I'm forgetting words and stuff, which makes it really hard. So, final step. The result should be a perfect 65,535. Export to TIFF, flip in GIMP, and convert it to raw IBM PC in Photoshop. Yeah. So this is ready. Let's export it. Export, save as. It should be a TIFF, and that's GeoTIFF. The file name is tutorial final. Yeah. Let's find somewhere to put it. Modding, heightdata. I think it's inside here, everything. Yeah, tutorial final. Yeah, as I said, I also got a really sensitive keyboard, like it's a sweaty gamer keyboard that detects buttons clicked, like as you just touch the keys. And I thought it would be awesome, but it's really, really annoying. And here's tutorial final. Let's open it and see exactly what's going on. And just like TS Forever, I am much better in GIMP because that's free. So I'm okay in that, I'm terrible in this. So as you can see here, it's dark. Up here it's 99.8. Yeah, 99.9. I think this is talest. It might be 100 here. I'm unsure if it's ever going to hit 100. Yeah, so what you see now is the most accurate height map you can get in Battlefield. Now we need to do some things with it. We need to measure out the playable area, and we need to measure out the secondary area which will surround it. The important thing was that I have now shown you how good QGIS is to fix it, and I will now, if you want, show you how I like to operate, and what I find is the easiest thing to do. So let's make a new file. Let's hit up the calculator. Let's find 1496 times 3, which is 128288. Let's make a height map. Can I please? Oh yeah. 12288. Advanced options, 16-bit, grayscale, perfect. 1.4 gigabytes, that's fine by me. And here, let's do the next thing, which is guides. This is a game changer. I've found out this three days ago. Create a new guide. Horizontal, 0, fine. New guide, vertical. And guides are incredible. 12288. Guide, horizontal, 12288. Guide, new guide. Now we start to go inside. And a new guide on 1496 vertical. And a new guide. This times 2, what's that? Yeah, 8192, isn't it? Actually, let's be exact in case yeah. And the last one. Nope. New guide. Horizontal. Yeah. Look at this. It's beautiful. This is like a base. This is a base of operations where you can do stuff like really well. I will export this. Wow, where are we then? Modding, BF2 modding 25, heightdata. Let's create 16-bit base. Compression level 0, export. And then save as, and save it as a project. Can't we save it on the same place? Yeah. Have to manually do it. Annoying. Alright. Now, let's find that 16-bit base. Let's open another version of it. Go to image, mode, 8-bit, convert, mode, RGB, fine. And then save this as 8-bit range. 8 bits, and yeah, I'm not sure if it's important. Yeah, let's just do it. 8-bit base, save. Because I also did this mistake. Again, like TS4 Forever is one of my heroes. He's great. But he made a mistake by implementing the 16-bit to 8-bit, thereby losing like 256 times the detail, making it 256 times less detailed, theoretically. I've done it before, and to avoid that, as you can see, he starts at 16 and he implements it in his base, like in his detailed, his version of base of operations. So we create two. Like here we have the hemimap start and all that, and I got the idea from NTS Forever because that's great stuff, and one with just the map. Okay, so we have this and we import it to the 8-bit. No, we don't. We really don't. We do it like this. We import it first here, and then we resize it by 2. What the fuck? All right. Percentage, we resize it with 200 because I am stupid. None, because one pixel cannot be manipulated, or you absolutely should not manipulate the pictures, because this right now it's 1 meter is 1 meter. We blow this thing up because it's easier to work with the other pictures, right? So I know my playable area is like, yeah, this is insane. I just have to show you. Oh, that's not too bad. It's like 6 gigabytes of memory, but it's really taxing when it's so big, so I hope you have a pretty good. Okay, I made a mistake, but the idea is using the central here to find a playable area, and my playable area is this, I'm sure, around there. I will now show you the real one and show you why I use guides. So let's exit this. I added discard. Just imagine that I continued with this project. Unfortunately, I cropped it out too hard, so yeah. But thankfully, I got, isn't it the history here? Open. Recently used, yeah. Okay, so these are the new stuff, but it's basically the same as this and the same as this. Here we can see it's basically the same. First thing, here I made a mistake. When you have found the playable area, like this is the heightmap primary, this is down, this is up, and all that confusing stuff. Okay, you've found it. We still got things that we need to clip out, or else it's gonna fuck up when we flip it. It's gonna be inaccurate. Here this thing should be cut, as you can see down here. So we need to image let's do it in layer instead. Layer to image size. Yeah, good. Now we can flip it and flip off and flip in and all the stuff like that. Crop to image to layer size. Yeah, great. Okay. Now, the other thing, like he has a historical map, and that's really cool and all. What I did was using the modern map, because I will make a modern version, and just print screen, paste it in GIMP, print screen, paste it in GIMP, and just perfectly realign each, and you will end up with something looking like yeah, this is what I've an earlier example, which I've no longer used because it's outdated. This height map is outdated. I made a better one. So here I've copy pasted and pixel realigned it. So I used that layer, and like this, I print screened, I pasted it inside here, like this one. I removed all traces of this and that and that and that. This one, if you press F11, this will be removed, so you get a bit more area. And with this is already aligned, but it is harder to align it. I can actually show you that as well. Full raster. How are we for time? 1 hour 16 minutes. Yeah. I hope you are really interested in really accurate Battlefield 2 map, a game made in 2005. But hopefully, as I've understood, like height maps are really general. At least that's what ChatGPT told me, that it's used often in other stuff. And here, just a quick. Here you can see I'm on my way to map out the depth, and I have to by hand. Yeah, here's the correct one. Yeah, here's the last. So I made layers like this is 1 meter. It's in the bottom. It's filling in just where I cannot fill it in. And 16 meters, 13 meters. So if we remove that one, remove it. No, nothing's. Oh yeah. Here, Here it's 16 meters depth. So I will implement it soon, after some time. And yeah, the same with 7. You see it. Anyway, let's take this. And you know already that it's 1 meter is 1 pixel and so on. If you want to make a hemimap like he does, he makes it manually, but if you want to make it just with the map, this is the way to go, I think. And here you can see we put it in the grayscale, the 16-bit, so that's wrong. Let's delete. Yeah, you should not touch that one. Here is the 8-bit. So we use that one. Let's take this layer. Oh shit. I'm sorry about that. Let's do this again. We create this, we paste it inside here. Oh, right. Inferring 8-bit. Okay, let's actually make it a 8-bit. Now we can put it inside here. Okay, I'm sorry, it's wrong. Since I make so many mistakes, I will maybe edit it, but I'm not sure yet. You can see the ID here though. You have to find a way to line up the map, because that does not have 1 pixel is 1 meter naturally the way I did it. So you just have to be really patient, find something that's recognizable in the terrain, preferably long way, like out on the corners and stuff, if you can do it. And then you just have to line it up using opacity and like removing it. So when you're done with that, you finally can have like a hemimap, which you can use as a guide. You just do that and export it as you want. And you can see, yeah, that's partly why the guide is so useful. It's like it's clip-on. You can see it clips, so it's so easy. And do this 1496. You will get a hemimap. Let's extract it and put it in the map we want. Actually, I'm sorry. What I used is the satellite. I find it a bit more appealing. So you can do it in Google Maps if you don't have something like this. So I used these kind of pictures, and what's really nice about this is that it's really well lined up inside the hole. So I'm really thankful for this site. I hope to God that you will find something as good as this, because it's really great. So I used that one, clipped it out, and we will then use the thing, that satellite image, which is, I put it in Hemi, either raster or satellite. I chose satellite, and we replace it. Great. Now we have a hemimap. Second thing is the pied de resistance, which is embarrassing to use 2 times in a video when you cannot even speak French. We need to first, okay, we have it. We have the map. Let's close this, we don't need it. We have a 16-bit version and I'm kind of afraid that I've fucked it by changing it to from grayscale to RGB. So let's convert image to, we go here, go back to that one. Right, good. Okay, we're back. Now it's grayscale and it's 8-bit. No harm done. Yes, sorry. absolutely first thing, flip it. First thing. Second thing is now we just take this, our primary height map, create a new, create two, yeah, that's a whole nother story. Okay. I am currently experimenting with 2049 instead of 1027 scaled up. I'm unsure how it will work, but this is the official and trusted and safe way to create the 2 kilometers. Most likely my experiment will fail, so you should do a scale 2 map. Do not be stupid like me and try to force the game by manipulating it into using scale 1 for a 2 kilometer map. I think in the end it will fail, but we will see. Another mistake TS Forever does is that he resizes it. He has a perfect 496, like I'm not sure the exact scale here, but he resizes it and puts it 1024, no, percent, shit, 25%, yeah. He resizes it to 1025, like if I should resize it to 1025, which means that he bakes in like 1 pixel here vertically and 1 pixel here horizontally. So he creates a 1024th of an error. Probably it means nothing, but as I said, I got really pixel perfect OCD, so I have to make it perfectly. So you line it up with 0, 0, and this right here, it will not be shown. This is just used by the game to set up some coordinates. It's never used. It can be white, it can be gray, it could be anything. You can copy the line if you're really Jesus, what did I do now? I'm stupid. No. Okay, let's merge it, anchor it. Yeah. If you're really paranoid, you can do this, do this, and do that. But I've tried it. I am a paranoid person. This works. This works fine. It uses this and stops here and uses this other thing for some reason, for the coordinates. It reads the map from, yeah, that's another thing. It reads from bottom up, that's why we flip it. So it starts there, so it's 0, 0. So I think that's why, like this is line 0 and this is the Y0 and X0. So that's the reason. It can be black. Now we have not baked in 1 pixel. It's still like really sharp. This is the way we resized it to really big to work with the hemimap and stuff and do some really good details. So that's why we resize it by 4. Okay, now we export as height, no, height map primary export. Have I forgotten anything? No. What the fuck? Yeah. Export. Then, now let's do the secondary terrain. If we look at 120 our map, which I've just called it, you can see these are the height maps. There are 8 of them. D means down, L means left, LD means left down as well. I wish they used north and south, but they didn't. That's why. That's because it's flipped. So, what you do is you. I think we've saved it already, right? But I'm just going to save it. Let's close this one. Let's close the height map. And then we open up this thing again. Now, let's resize down to 1537, I believe. But let's look at the height data. 1024, that's the primary height, height map. And then the secondary map should be 512. As you can see here, it sets the size at 513 times 513. So we've opened it twice. We set it to, oh gosh, what does it? Let's do it so we don't make any percentage mistakes. So 1220 to 88 minus, wow, what am I doing? Let's just do it like this. No, let's do it like this. Let's do it properly. Yeah, 1536. The number of Martin Luther. 1536, not 7. Yeah, again, the terrible. Why do I do that? I do it here. I'm stupid. Yeah, scale. Wow. I did, oh yeah, sorry. Let's not do it here. Let's do it here. We scale the whole image. That's stupid of me. 1536. Interpolation. Now we can start to talk about interpolation because now we scale it heavily down. And the best thing is low halo for downscaling. At least according to ChatGPT. So scale it. Now 1536, good. And the wonderful thing is the lines, the guides are following. So let's save it. Oh, let's mode grayscale, we keep it like that. We downgrade it to 8-bit convert, because as you can see, secondary map uses 8-bit. And then for good measure, with the 8-bit, it looks, I must be honest, it looks quite good. We can ignore that one because we don't. Actually, it looks pretty good, but if it's shit, you have to filter and blur it. Use Gaussian blur and set it to 1. I use the mouse wheel for this one. So just set it to 0 and just one tick. Okay. Yeah, now we can save it as, this is basically what I've done with this one. Let's save it as, I'm not sure what inferring is. It's like the proper thing to do. Yep. Introduction, that's not it. Anyways, really map it out or spell it out that this is the 8-bit and this is the 16-bit. Don't fuck with the 16-bit. You can fuck with the 8-bit. If you're gonna fuck here, fuck with that other one, which I think we also made. The 8-bit version with color that you can put heigfhtmap on. So now let's, since we have the guides, the wonderful, wonderful guides, we can either slice using guides, which is really cool. Look now, wait. Image, slice using guides, boom, 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 boom. Now you got this one is that one, this one is that one, this one is that one. So that's one option. Or you can just do it directly with the guides. The guides are so simple since because of the clip-on. I will do it with this for the 3 first, just to give you an idea. But first, now we make the actual height maps. So 513, 513. Okay. Advanced options, grayscale, 8-bit. Great. Let's color that shit black. And we paste the first one. Boom. Which is that. As you can see. And now we have this. And to make it simpler for us to rename, because we have to rename it. Let's go to modding heightdata. Yeah. 8-bit base. Where did I save this one? If I press export. Inferring. Okay, that's really cluttered. I'm sorry. What's the latest thing we created? Was it this? No? I'm really sorry. I wanted to show you guys. Where the fuck did I save the heightmap primary? Anyway, we can do it quick. Here is the heightmap primary. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Why are you searching the whole thing? I'm sorry. I have to do it again. Please forgive me. New 1025. 1025. Okay. Rescale 1024. Scale it. Now it's up there, which is wrong. We have to pull this up like this. Let's just have this white so I can show you that nothing will happen. Okay, so it's inside there. Ugh, whatever. You know what? Sometimes I get really angry on myself for not remembering that kind of stuff. Yeah, so let's just put the raw files from here, which will be overwritten at some point. So to make it faster, let's export as. Let's go back to the proper thing, heightdata. So this one is, I'm sure I cannot, left upper. So we L1, upper one, this one, great. And just change the format. So that's why I copied them over, just to make it easier to rename. Sure. So yeah, as I said, it's stupid. It's flipped. So it's left upper, upper, right upper, left, right, down, left, down, down, right, which is downright stupid. So that was this. We can take this one, export as upper, point PNG. Sure. Always have a 0 compression. Now this is done. This is done. Wait. I lost it. No. Okay. Maybe the slicing is better in theory. I'm not sure. I haven't quite still decided yet if it's better or worse. In this case, I think it might be worse. So we have left upper, upper. Now we take right upper. And as you see, as I import the layer, it always goes to 0, 0 and it keeps this one. So that's great. Right upper dot PNG. 0 compression. Here's the compression. Don't compress. Do not lose any. We can actually just X that out. let's keep going with left. Let's export as left.png. No compression. Right. Export as right.png. Export. Export as left under. Left under what? No, left down. Sorry, left down. Left down. Left down. Where the fuck is left down? Yeah, this. Sorry. It's confusing. Up and down. Who thought out that idea? I'm sure when I fire it up, something will be wrong because it's incredibly stupid. Down, PNG. And the last one, right. Down.png, save. Oh, okay, I will be back. I really need to piss. All right. Now, it's Photoshop time. Heightmap primary. Open with Photoshop. I think there's another. Someone has created this for Battlefield, but I'm not sure. Like a tool to do this and not having to use Photoshop. I'm not sure. So export to raw, IBM PC. Good. Exit. Heightmap secondary. Come on. Save. Are there? I'm just looking for it. It looks fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they're all unique. Good. So let's continue. Yes. Now we don't need to think about the IBM thing anymore. It's just for the 16-bit. Wait. Fuck it, I saved it. It's the PNG. Yeah. Hopefully it didn't. Does it save it as large file? Smallest file size. You know what? L1, D1. I'm sorry. Left down. Okay, this one. I'm not sure if Photoshop applies compression. Hopefully it doesn't, but I do not take any fucking chances. Left one, down one. Let's left one. Left one. Okay. And this is why I make mistakes. Yeah. But you get the idea now, like, save it. How many do I have now? I've got heightmap primary, secondary, and we need isn't the date modified? Yeah, 159. Raw. Okay, D1, R1. T1. I'm sorry. I'm not taking any chances. I have to do it again. But I will cut the video and I will start up again when I've converted everything. Okay. All right, we're back again. Here we can see the primary height map and all the secondaries are finished. Let's copy them over to the map. Let's see. Let's fire up the editor. Let's pick the editor of choice. And I forgot to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can throw out this one because you've seen it. Discard. New project, please. You can open a lot of stuff with it. So TS Forever, he downloaded the Heightdata and it came in PNG, which is not TIFF, so it loses some information. But as long as you know the height and the depth, you can manipulate it. So here is the heightmap primary. I can just copy that over. And you can see that min-max that's interesting. It has lost 10,000 shades. Why has it lost something? I'm sure there's a reason. But I cannot understand why. Because it is correct. I've done it correctly. I haven't fucked with it. There might be some loss. I'll admit there is some loss, perhaps. Or perhaps there's some other way. But I've played with it and I've created just like this. And when I fly to a point which I know is 200 meters and I land, it is 200 meters. So I'm not sure if that is entirely accurate or if there's some other things that goes on and I don't exactly understand. But here we are. Let's turn off fog. Let's turn on hemimap. Yeah, this is correct. This is pretty correct because yeah, now ironically we fucked it up. I think this apply changes. This is basically what we just did. Here on the here are the meters used. So remember I told you about the really fucked up number, which is the this level terrainheight height. Let's change it to 255 because there are 255 meters of information. And we do this, and now it's completely correct. As you can see, it's wonderful. And here is 0 meters. This is the ground floor and is the sea. And it looks, in my eyes, it looks completely amazing with the hemimap as a satellite image. Let's find Scotch. Talk about doxing oneself. Getting really doxed. Using my own name and where I come from, but yeah, whatever. I'm a boring person. So it's absolutely amazing. And to fill in the meters of sea, we put in the same and boom, set it to something more accurate of the actual watercolor. Dark blue, sure. That was a bit too blue. Yeah. Look at this. I mean, isn't it amazing? Like I'm just really amazed by it. And it says this is as accurate as you can get a 2-kilometer map in Battlefield 2. Let's see how if I fucked up the height map on the secondaries. Can I do it through this? Oh, surrounding terrain toggle all. Did I miss? No. I think I've hit, yeah, here's the tallest point. This is officially 255 meters. So this has hit. This is right, correct. This hits. And this hits. I'm probably gonna find out, but right now I'm really confused with how I can not make the fucking surrounding terrain look like intense green. I'm unsure why. Maybe it has something to do with the texture, and that's just primary texture green, so it's one of the layers, so it's, yeah, but I don't know. Better people can find it. So, maybe that is. I think that actually might be the 0, 0. Perhaps. So in that case, we probably should use the like, oh, god damn it, I hate this keyboard. Like this idea, and do it and fill it out with the same. But other than this small speck, which in reality no one's gonna go here and see it, it's more in my mind that I know it's here, that it's terrible. Yeah, it's awesome. Like, I am really thoroughly amazed by how accurate it is. Let me pause and show you some reference images. There are some. These are my personal images, so I have to pause and pick out the correct ones. All right, I'm back, and I really thought about this. It is only like discard, whatever. When I open it, let's quit that one. If I open the PNG of the primary and I get 55,000, that's because I miss this has not the tallest point. The tallest point is here in the primary, it's only 201 meters. But if I choose, what will it become? Down left, I believe? No, down right? Down left, down one. Yeah, but do note, like, they are 8-bit, so that was wrong. But left, no, right, down one. Right, down one. Here, this will be 255, just watch. Invalid data source. Oh, it's raw. Right, down one. Yep. No. Right. No, it's Okay, so it's just right then. Yeah. As you can see, this this is that one, and this. Oh, it's so hard when it's flipped. Yeah, the right. This is the tallest, okay? So it's here. And so that means the tallest is on max on 255, while the primary is 201. So that's why it showed at 55,000. So I'm sure there's a way for you to puzzle these things together. Right now they are two, but as TS4, he only got it. He got it in one big file, and there is absolutely no problem by using that file, putting in QGIS, and making all the manipulation in here instead. I think that is absolutely the easiest thing to do, and most accurate thing. Stay away from GIMP and image programs. They're great for image programs, but when you're instead of fucking up with manipulating contrast, manipulate data directly in QGIS. Okay? I guess that's the most important thing. But let's look at reference images, and I will just show you how accurate they can be. Here it is from that mountain, which is the one with 201 meters. As you can see, the tallest point is here. We can look at the map. Let's try to find the tallest point. The tallest point is here, and it perfectly, fucking hell, perfectly aligns with what you see visually. So here, as I said, I made a version earlier where I drew up control points and spawned some planes and helicopters and cars. And when I flew the helicopter and landed here, I got 203 meters, but I guess my theory is that it's not entirely correct. The helicopter is not entirely correct with the height, in that it measures from the top of the propeller or wherever. You know that green, the red square or white square when you select it and move it around and you can manipulate on the map. I think it takes it from there, or that it takes it from the camera height. Yeah, maybe that. I would assume that it is a camera height and the pilot is like here, so you get 2 meters with the body of the helicopter. So it's insanely accurate. So let's show you some images. This is the tallest point. It was taken around, let's find it. I think it's like here-ish. And you can see these two are here. This is perfectly represented. Here's the old factory, which is here. And here's the center, which is there. It's like, it's beautiful. The big one up there. Wow. I've actually haven't seen it with... I've done some referencing, but without... This is the first time I have secondary maps. So I just wanted to take you on the journey on creating the secondary maps. So let's go. Girlfriend is not included in the final map version, but this version of my girl is taken here, I believe. So yeah, here are the two tops, and I wish we had some textures on the secondary terrain, but you can see that one there. This is there, I believe, and that's way too long. Imagine if Battlefield had that kind of yeah, hello, can I please, all right, it was backwards. Yeah, this reference, it's taken here, I believe. Yeah, so once again, you see it goes like this, goes like this one, and yeah, the one, it's harder to a bit harder to see. It's really easy to see, but it's a bit harder to see when you don't got vegetation and trees. Like this is just trees, everything. And this is one of my favorites actually, because it's so steep. Like I couldn't never make this. I made this map myself. I've hand drawn it. I looked at the topographical lines back in the days, and then I hand drew. It was not this map, but it was a less accurate one, and it was like for every 10 meters, and then I drew the rest from memory. So that's why I got all those reference photos. It's from that time. But now it's a game changer. Like I don't have to spend 100 hours to make a fucking terrible looking map with no accuracy, based on topographical maps with inaccurate data, and me drawing by hand the lines in GIMP and then smoothing it out with a smooth tool. Like this is like the closest thing to being here. Here is down the road, and look how smooth it is. You don't need any blurring. I'm afraid of I don't look forward to doing the roads, because I never done roads before. So that will be interesting, but I'm sure it's gonna be okay. So it's something like this. We go back, yeah, the reference point here is down here. You can see the tall, and it's going down and then up again, tall, down and up again. That, yeah, it must, yeah, sorry, that garage is there, so it's here. That's why that one is not. This, it's a bit harder since it's to see when there's no stuff in the way. Like I wish I already had the had the vegetation and stuff, but yeah, it's so wonderful. Like here are these mountain in the background going. Look at the sloping. Like it perfectly follows the slope. And yeah, that's all data. That's not me. All I did was convert it correctly, and I could never recreate this. This is like, I'm really just I'm really happy and content with the results. So here is the White House, and I took this image from here or something. This should be more like this, yeah. But you can never get like, it's some strange thing with, you know, the Battlefield engine, like becomes bigger in the corners and stuff like that. But around there, so you see this, I just love it. I absolutely love it, yeah. Small here, and then up, 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 and then flattens out. Small here, up, 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 new mountain, up, flattens here. So this is not me being an excellent mapper, this is me having the privilege of getting a good data set and having enough patience and having enough patience, because I had no familiarity with QGIS, and it was a lot of trial and error and asking ChatGPT how to get it, how to what was my next move, and it finally paid off. That sucked. Yeah, this is from the city center. Oh wow, that's really cool. It's like this. So here you can see the Bear Mountain going up. Bear Mountain. Yeah, it's actually more here. Here you can see the weakness of the... No, sorry. It's much more... Yeah, we're still in the ocean because I can't see this mountain. Jomsåsen. Oops. So it's here, and then it's covered by trees. So this is Lilla Heiberg, and you can see it here. And behind Lilla Heiberg is the... Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, what we see is this, and then the big we cannot see. Let's continue. Yeah, one more beauty shot from kind of the sea. Looking up. I think it's the sea. I might stay on land, I'm not sure. Yeah, but you see secondary terrain. Oh, yeah, it's still behind here. Yeah, pretty much there. And then the trees and up. Another reference shot from the church. This is where I had the flagpole for the church flag. It was kind of fun. And I found a church from Forgotten Hope too that looks quite like it. It's not a cross church, but it was close enough. It was white. I think it's a French church used on one of the maps. And yeah, there was a lot of action here. And it was funny, like using a flagpole as a flag. One shot from the tower. I'm not sure how tall the tower is, but something like that maybe. Bit, yeah. Yeah, here I can see the secondary. And then, yeah, but you see, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's in my eyes a game changer. If you want to play on a real life map, it's really something. Let's see if there's anything interesting. Yes, this is from the small Lilla Heiberg, small Heiberg, yeah. So that's a big one, that's the small one, no, yeah. I wish I had It might be here. Yeah. Yeah, this might be it. Yeah. Here, I believe. No, more. It might be here. Like, oh, it's amazing. So I hope this guide helped. I really do. I can answer some questions, but I'm no expert in QGIS at all. So remember what you need to know: the depth of the water, and plus it with what you know is the tallest point if you are going to use if you get a PNG with no inherent height data, which you will find in a GeoTIFF. Like if you don't get a dataset that's a GeoTIFF and you get a PNG, you can still manipulate it with QGIS, but it will not show meters here. It will show this. So most likely you will not find, it will not count the depth, so you will perhaps count the depth, and you will also have to do some calculations on, okay, what's my tallest point, what's the lowest point. So you have to just use the Raster Calculator and tell heightmap primary that it's going to be, if you know that the span is 20 meters, I think you can do this. I'm not sure. Let's try it. Valid. Oh shit. Let's do 46 meters. And then showcase. And output as GeoTIFF. So now hopefully the tallest point will be 46 meters. You don't lose any information. Those 55,000 steps will still be there. They will just be compressed in, like, okay, this is 55 meters, but we will still have 55,769 points of information. No, that did not work. Don't listen to me. I am lucky enough to have a dataset that starts in a GeoTIFF. So if you're unlucky and have a PNG, you'll have to find out how you correctly manipulate the Raster Calculator on the heightmap. Okay? I guess that's it. I'm not sure what else to show you. This video is perhaps like 3 hours long. So if you are a really serious mapper, you have maybe seen it all. And it's like 2 people. I will thank you for the time. I will thank my friend for like showing me that it's possible, and then I will thank ChatGPT for giving me the answers eventually, and I must really thank the TS Forever for the wonderful guide. Like, just these 2 episodes, I learned more about mapping than I did in forever. And with a good dataset, it's like almost limitless in how accurate you can get a map. So thank you. Bye.